To graph this function, we're going to start by factoring the numerator and the denominator. I'm factoring out the GCF from the numerator, and I'm doing the two things that multiply to give me 3 and add to give me 4 method for the denominator. And the first thing I notice is that I'm going to have a hole in my function. The hole is going to happen at -3 because that's what canceled out. Now the question is, where does the hole actually happen? What's the y value for our hole? After we simplify this, my function can be simplified to 2x over x plus 1. And I'm going to take the -3 from my hole and plug it into my simplified version to get the y value. My numerator is -6. My denominator is -2. So my y value is 3. At -3, +3, I'm going to have a hole in my graph. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on there so I don't forget about it. The next thing we're going to do is identify the asymptotes. We have a vertical asymptote when the denominator is undefined. So for this problem, it's going to be -1. And because the degree of the numerator and denominator are the same, the horizontal asymptote is made with their leading coefficients. So my horizontal asymptote is y equals 2. I'm going to go put those on the graph. Dotted line, and another dotted line. And to graph the rest of my function, I'm going to want to plug in some points. Plugging in 0 is always a good choice because that's going to give you more information about the picture. So I'm plugging in 0 and, oh, it looks like it goes through the origin. And then I always like plugging in a number on the other side of the asymptote, one on each side. So I'm plugging in -2. My numerator, again, I'm plugging into the canceled and simplified version, is -4 over -1, which is +4. So my next point will be right here. We know that the function will get closer and closer to the asymptotes as we go. So I'm going to draw my picture to reflect that, being careful not to color in the hole that I already made. And that is the complete picture. If you're asked to record the domain, for this picture, there are two things that change the domain. The first is the hole. So we're going to go from -infinity to -3. And the second is the asymptote. So I'm going to include from -3 to the asymptote, and then pause, and start again after the asymptote until we get to infinity. For the range, the horizontal asymptote is not the only concern, because as we go up from the bottom, we first have to pause at 2 for the asymptote. And then we have to pause again for the hole at 3. And then from 3 to infinity.